Akay lived in a big, busy city full of tall buildings and noisy cars. Far away, in a quiet town with green parks and small houses, lived Anaya. They had never met in person, but they were the best of friends. Their friendship started on the internet in a group for students who loved to read stories. They found they liked the same books and laughed at the same jokes. Soon they were talking every day, sharing little bits of their lives through messages and happy pictures. Their bond was simple and pure, like a clean white sheet of paper ready for a beautiful story to be written upon it. They were each other's biggest supporters, a true blessing in a world that can often feel lonely. When Akay had a difficult exam, Anaya would stay up late to help him study. She would explain the hard parts of mathematics with simple drawings she sent him. In return, when Anaya felt nervous about a school project, Akay would tell her encouraging stories. He would remind her of how clever and strong she was, and his words were like a warm blanket on a cold day. Their friendship was a safe little world they had built for themselves, a place where they could be honest and find comfort. Their days were filled with these small acts of kindness. Anaya would send Akay photos of the beautiful sunsets from her town, and he would send her videos of the bustling city markets. They shared their dreams and their fears, their happy moments and their sad ones. It felt like they knew everything about each other, even though miles of land and road lay between them. They trusted each other completely, believing that their special connection was strong enough to overcome any distance. They promised they would always be there for one another, no matter what happened in their separate lives. This digital friendship was a source of great joy for both of them. In a world full of people, they had found one person who truly understood them. Their messages were not just words on a screen, they were little pieces of their hearts sent across the distance. Akay would often think about how lucky he was to have a friend like Anaya, and Anaya felt the same way about him. Their bond was a testament to the idea that true friendship does not need physical presence. It only needs a caring heart and a listening ear. One sunny afternoon, Akay went to a small bookshop near his house to buy a new science book. As he was searching for his book, he met a girl named Anvika. She was also looking for a book, and they started talking. Anvika was new to the city and did not have many friends. She was cheerful and kind, and Akay found it easy to talk to her. They discovered they went to nearby colleges and decided to become friends. It was a simple, innocent meeting, like two ships passing in the light of day, with no hidden meaning or secret intention behind it. Akay was happy to have a new friend in his own city. He and Anvika started meeting sometimes for coffee after their classes. They would talk about their studies, their hobbies, and the challenges of living in a big city. For Akay, this was just a new friendship, nothing more. He still thought of Anaya as his closest friend and continued to talk to her just as before. He did not think it was important to mention Anvika, as it was just a small detail in his busy life. He believed his friendship with Anaya was a separate, special chapter that nothing could change. Unfortunately, fate had a different plan. One day, a friend of Anaya's was visiting Akay's city. She saw Akay and Anvika sitting together in a cafe, laughing and talking. This friend did not know the whole story. She only saw a boy and a girl enjoying each other's company. She took a picture and sent it to Anaya with a message that said, "Look who I saw. Akay seems to have a new best friend here." The message was sent without any bad intention, but it planted a small, dark seed of doubt in Anaya's mind, a seed that would soon grow into a large, thorny bush. When Anaya saw the picture, her heart felt a sudden sting. She looked at Akay's happy face, laughing with a girl she had never even heard of. Questions started to fill her mind like a swarm of bees. Why hadn't he told her about this new friend? Was he hiding something? Was their friendship not as special to him as it was to her? Suddenly, the distance between their cities felt much, much bigger. The trust that had been the foundation of their bond began to show tiny, almost invisible cracks that threatened to grow wider with every passing moment. Anaya did not ask Akay about the picture. She was too hurt and confused to talk about it. Instead, she became quiet and distant. Her messages to him became shorter and less frequent. She stopped sharing the little details of her day. The cheerful good morning texts were replaced with a heavy silence. Anaya tried to act normal, but a deep sadness had settled in her heart. She would look at their old conversations and feel a wave of sorrow. wondering if those happy days were now a thing of the past. Her mind was a battlefield of doubt and loneliness. Ake noticed the change in Anaya immediately. He felt her pulling away and could not understand why. He would ask her if everything was all right, but she would always reply with a simple "I'm fine," even though her words felt cold and empty. Ake started to feel stressed and lonely too. He missed his best friend, the one he could talk to about anything. He reread their chats, trying to find a clue, a reason for her sudden silence. He wondered if he had said or done something wrong, but he could not think of anything. The misunderstanding grew like a wall between them. It was a wall made of unspoken words and unasked questions. Anaya believed that Ake had replaced her and didn't care about her feelings anymore. She felt forgotten and unimportant. On the other side of the wall, Ake felt confused and abandoned. He thought that perhaps Anaya had found new friends in her town and no longer needed him. Both of them were suffering alone, trapped in their own sad thoughts, unable to see the pain of the other person. Their shared world, once so bright and full of laughter, was now filled with shadows of doubt and sorrow. The emotional support they once gave each other was gone, replaced by a painful emptiness. The stress of the situation affected their studies and their daily life. They both felt a heavy weight on their shoulders, the weight of a beautiful friendship that was slowly and silently falling apart. They were like two people lost in a thick fog, unable to find their way back to each other, even though they were not very far apart. The silence between Ake and Anaya stretched from days into weeks. What was once a constant stream of messages became a dry riverbed. The daily calls stopped completely. Each day that passed without communication made the wall between them taller and stronger. They both missed each other terribly, but pride and hurt kept them from reaching out. Anaya was waiting for an explanation that Ake didn't know he needed to give. Ake was waiting for Anaya to tell him what was wrong, but she never did. Their friendship was dying a slow, painful death. Finally, the day came when the silence became permanent. There was no big fight, no angry words exchanged. It was a quiet and sad ending. They simply stopped talking altogether. The chat window on their screens, once filled with life, now lay dormant. The friendship that had been a source of so much happiness for both of them was now just a memory. Ake deleted Anvika's number, feeling that his new friendship had somehow cost him his most precious one, even though he didn't understand how. Anaya cried, alone in her room, holding on to the pain of what she thought was a betrayal. The heartbreak was immense for both of them. They had lost not just a friend, but a part of themselves. They learned a very difficult lesson in the hardest way possible. They learned that trust is like a delicate glass vase. Once it is cracked, it is very difficult to repair. They also learned that communication is the thread that holds a friendship together. Without honest and open talk, even the strongest bonds can be broken by the weight of misunderstandings. Their story became a sad reminder of this simple truth. In the end, Ake and Anaya became strangers again. Two people living in different cities who once shared a special world. The misunderstanding, born from a single picture and nurtured by silence, had succeeded in destroying something beautiful. Their story teaches us a valuable lesson: to always talk, to always ask, and to always trust. For in the absence of these things, even the purest of hearts can be led astray by doubt, and the most wonderful friendships can be lost in the quiet